I'm Steve Kelly. I'm a vision rehab therapist at the Iris Network in Portland, Maine, and you can find me by going to our website, www.theiris.org. And today we're going to talk a little bit about Kindle accessibility. And the Kindle, for anybody who's been hiding under a rock for the last 2 years, is an electronic reading device that's sold by Amazon. That's Amazon.com. And it allows users to download and read electronic books on it. Its physical size, just so you know, is about 8 inches tall by 5 inches wide, so it will fit in a suit jacket pocket. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick with a screen size diagonally of about 6 inches. It weighs about what you would expect a paperback book to weigh. This is the Kindle 3, which comes standard with Wi-Fi. You can also get the Kindle 3 with a 3G, and you can get a larger display Kindle, which is approximately 9 inches diagonally. They start at $139, and if you're willing, like I was, to tolerate a little advertising, you can get that for $114. Now, the Kindle is one of the most accessible of the well-known e-readers, and those include the Sony Reader, the Barnes & Noble Nook, and the Kobo, but it's still not accessible right out of the box. For example, when you first get it, there's no voice when you power it on, and the fonts that are used for the menus are relatively small and they're not adjustable. Also, there is no way to invert the colors if you need to have lighter text on a darker background. That said, the Kindle 3 is an improvement over previous versions of the Kindles. The addition of voice guide for the menus, that's brand new, and it includes sharper text with higher contrast using their e-ink technology. So let's start with a quick orientation of the Kindle. So if you're holding the Kindle with a QWERTY keyboard toward the bottom, you can orient yourself to the bottom right side of the screen. About 1 inch below the corner of the screen is a 5-way navigation box. Each side of the box is a directional arrow, and in the center of it, that's what you use to make selections with. Above the 5-way navigation box is the menu key. Below the navigation box is the back button, and to the left of the back button is the home button. To the left of this is the page preferences key, and that has got a capital A or lowercase a on it, if you can see those things. Now, on both sides of the Kindle are 2 navigational buttons, and they're identical on either side. The bottom navigation button will take you to the next page, and above that is a button that will take you to the previous page, and these are useful for both pages and for menu items. So grab a magnifying glass or a sighted friend, and let's take a quick tour of some of the accessibility features. So we're going to start by turning the Kindle on. The power button is located on the front side of the Kindle right below the home button, and if you slide it over to the right, that should power the Kindle up. It'll take a little bit longer the first time that you power up. And from here, you normally start at the home page. If you don't, just press the home button. To get to our first menu, press the menu button. Again, it's above the 5-way navigation box. And what we're looking for is an item called Settings. And on mine, it's about the 5th item down. Use the 5-way navigation box to select it. Just press the center of it. On mine, Voice Guide is located on the 2nd page, so I'm going to press the Next Page button. Again, that's the one closest to the keyboard, and it will take me to the next page. Voice Guide is at the top, and it's already highlighted on mine, so all I have to do is go to the 5-way navigation box and select it. Let's see if we get some voice guidance here. Once the voice guide is on, let's make sure that we have it on.
Device password.
Oh, there we go. You'll notice that below the space bar on the left-hand side of the front is a volume toggle switch. If you press the right side of the switch, it will toggle the volume up. Left side, of course, toggles the volume down. Notice once the voice guide is on that it gives you access to the main features of the menu items, but it doesn't read all of it. And so I'm going to go down to managing social networks so you can see what I'm talking about.
Device time set. Social networks, manage.
Now you'll notice it read the main features of it, but there's a fair amount of verbiage beneath it which it did not read. And it's like this on many of the menu items. For example, if I were to go into the Wi-Fi settings and to try to set up a new Wi-Fi network on this, I'd have a very difficult time using the voice guide because it doesn't read everything to me, and it doesn't also echo the keystrokes. So this is one of those areas where you'd actually have to go get a sighted friend or get your magnifying glass out. So as you can see, although it's a bit limited, the voice guide for the menus is still an improvement over previous versions in the Kindle. There is no way to increase the font size on the menu, so for low vision folks, keep the magnifier handy for the menus. Now let's take a look at the accessibility while reading an actual document. For this, we're going to use the Kindle's user's guide that comes right on it. So go to the home key and select the home key.
Home. Page 1 of 2. Kindle User's Guide, 3rd ed. Amazon, item 1 of 9.
The user's guide is already highlighted on mine because that's the most recently used document. And all I've got to do now is press the 5-way navigation box in the center to select it.
Kindle User's Guide, 3rd ed. Location 401. 14%.
And you can see that the user's guide opens to exactly where I left off when I was last reading it. And this is true for any document that you open and close on the Kindle. It is by default going to go back to the same place that you left off when you were last reading, which is a very convenient thing. Now, at this point, you want to press the page preferences, which is between the home key and the space bar.
Page preferences. Font size 6.
So here you can use the up or down arrow key in the 5-way control box to move between the items that are available to select, such as font size, typeface, line spacing, words per line, text to speech, and screen rotation, portrait or landscape. And I'm just going to do that briefly so you can see how that's done.
Line spacing. Text to speech, turn on. Screen rotation, portrait.
Now I'm going to go back up to the text, the font size.
Typeface, sans serif.
And I'm going to select the largest size.
Font size 7. Font size 8.
And size 8, as you can see, it has increased on the screen, is actually 6M, which is about a ½ an inch. And then I'm going to go down and turn on the text-to-speech.
Type, lines, words per line, default. Text-to-speech, turn on. Transfer. In under a minute, the item re-downloads into your Kindle and appears in the list of content in Home. Shop anytime, anywhere if you have WhisperNet on and you select Shop It.
Now I just pressed the space bar and that paused the text-to-speech. With the text-to-speech on, pressing the page preference key a second time, and again, this is between the space bar and the home button, it's a little circle, that gives you the options for increasing the volume, of increasing the speed of the text-to-speech or selecting between a male and female voice. Now for people who are accustomed to other text-to-speech devices such as a laptop, you're going to find that the text-to-speech navigation options on the Kindle are pretty limited. It's going to read through the text and you can pause it if you want to go back or forward in the text, you really need to turn the text-to-speech off, move backward or forward in the page, and then turn it back on. So there's no way really to move word by word or line by line. So it's not very convenient that way. Neither the voice guide or text-to-speech will work with the Kindle web browser or PDF files that you have just transferred over to the Kindle. And to get it to read the PDF files, you have to send the files to their document converter, which is another process that you do by email, and then they can be read, but not right after they're transferred. Text, even though there are some limitations to the Kindle, if you take a look at the 6M font size on what's called the e-ink on the Kindle, you're going to see that this is a pretty crisp, non-glare, clear reading surface for folks with low vision. It's much larger than you might have with a large print book. And even with the limited text-to-speech users have a relatively easy-to-use portable device that provides speech access to some of the most current books, periodicals, and newspapers. So even though the Kindle has got quite a ways to go with accessibility, at this point for $139, it's a pretty useful device for both low vision and text-to-speech users.